First class in the world, Europe, Yankee, Kilo Turo, Timo Janino Kunto, to buck up broken bottles, forgive me, go Batimo Kunto. I'm working far.
7 days a week.
High Power 102.7 FM, the voice that echoes through every home, every heart. From the streets to the studio, we bring you real talk, real music, and real moments. We are not just a station, we are a movement. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
The time is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here is iPower 102.7 FM Midday News. I am Olukemi Ajibola. First, the headlines. Rising insecurity outpaced Ondo communities. Nigeria set for stage policing. On the foreign scene, Hezbollah rejects ceasefire deal. And in sports, Jeremy Monga expresses ambition. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Now the news in details, starting from Ondo State. Some bandits have invaded the Igbosi area of Odogun in Ose local government area of Ondo State, destroying 2 buildings and kidnapping a 9-year-old boy in the early hours of yesterday. Report says that the bandits entered the community at about 1 a.m., shooting sporadically to scare residents as they destroyed 2 houses before picking up a boy identified as Oluwatobi, who is said to be the son of a pastor in the community, Isaac Olaoshibikon, and took him away to an unknown destination. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abayomi, who confirmed the incident in a WhatsApp message, said efforts were ongoing to rescue the victim and apprehend the perpetrators. Meanwhile, the presidency has said that Nigeria is moving closer to establishing state policing with progress made towards a constitutional framework required to decentralize policing. The development follows months of consultations involving the presidency, the National Assembly, and the security authorities aimed at strengthening the country's security architecture. The Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, stated this while briefing State House correspondents after consultative meeting on state police convened by the presidency at the State House in Abuja. In a related development, fresh reactions to the wave of abductions across Nigeria have exposed growing anxiety over the country's security failures as opposition figures, international organizations and regional groups intensify prayer for urgent reforms and stronger government action. However, the federal government has assured Nigerians that coordinated intelligence-driven operations are underway to rescue abducted pupils and teachers, announcing intensified surveillance, specialized rescue deployments, and the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards to tackle worsening insecurity across vulnerable communities. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization Afenifere reiterated that continued delay in establishing state police could plunge Nigeria into intractable ethnic conflicts. This midday news is coming to you from IPA 102.7 FM, Emureile Owo. Still to come on the foreign scene, Hezbollah rejects ceasefire deal, and in sport, Jeremiah Monga expresses ambition.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back. To be a part of our program, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at iPower 102.7 FM. We are also on Radio Garden. Now to the foreign scene. Former Somalia President Sharif Ahmed has accused the government of intimidation following the clashes. There is heightened tension in the Somali capital, Mogadishu, after a second day of gunfire between the army and opposition forces. Reports say there was heavy gunfire and explosions as fighting broke out in several neighborhoods. The violence flared up ahead of planned protests over President Hassan Muhammad's decision to extend by a year his term, which expired last month, and push back elections. Still on the foreign scene, Hezbollah chief Naim Qassem has rejected the ceasefire deal as a false warning that northern Israel will remain a target for fighters as long as Israel continues to bomb Lebanon. Israel's deadly strike has continued across Lebanon despite announcement of a new U.S. brokered ceasefire agreed between Lebanese and Israeli officials in Washington, D.C. At least 3,526 people have now been killed and 10,733 injured in Israeli strikes on Lebanon since March 2026. And to the sporting arena, Leicester City winger Jeremiah Monga preferred to join Arsenal ahead of Chelsea and Manchester United, respectively. Monga has been linked with 3 Premier League clubs this summer following window. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, the Gunners are now pushing ahead with a deal for the youngster as the player has indicated that he would agree on a move to Premier League champions. And to end the iPower 102.7 FM in the news, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that some bandits have invaded the Igbosi area of Idogun in Ose local government area of Ondo State, destroying 2 buildings and kidnapping a 9-year-old boy in the early hours of yesterday. We also informed you that the presidency has said that Nigeria is moving closer to establishing state policing. On the foreign scene, Hezbollah chief Naim Qassem has rejected a ceasefire deal as a false warning that northern Israel will remain a target for fighters as long as Israel continues to bomb Lebanon. And finally, in the sporting arena, Leicester City winger Jeremiah Monga preferred to join Arsenal ahead of Chelsea and Manchester United, respectively. And that was the iPower 102.7 FM Midday News, edited and read by Olukemi Ajibola. Thanks for listening. We will keep you posted by 7 p.m. Good afternoon.